Hi guys, I just did this look. I think I was expecting it to go differently, but I mean, I like the direction that it went. I like it. I was trying to go subtle for family dinner and something happened with the eyes. I mean, I just kind of kept going and going and going. So we have some pretty festive holiday eyes, but the rest of it is kind of neutral and toned down. At least my attempt of tone down. Anyways, let's get started. I planned this look based off of the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Nillionaire. It's a very shimmery, bronzy color. As much as I love like really dark eyes or really deep, bold lip colors, I do kind of tone it down in like the family environment. So for holiday dinners this year, I will kind of just be focusing on enhancing the skin, and I will dress up the eyes with the glitter shade, but I'm going to go neutral on the lips. So that's my plan. First, I'm going to use the Soap & Glory One Heck of a Blot Instant Perfecting Power Primer. I absolutely love this primer. I think that it makes my makeup last way longer. It's just a wet primer that leaves the skin a little tacky, and I feel like that makes a really good base to hold on to the foundation. Now I'm going to use my usuals. I mean, clearly I have a preference. L'Oreal foundations are my favorite. I always mix some sort of combination of L'Oreal foundations. So I've got the L'Oreal True Match Lumi and the L'Oreal Pro Glow. I mixed a little bit of my Peachy LA Girl Pro Conceal HD concealer and the same concealer in the shade Porcelain. I mixed these a little bit so that I can get a nice brightening under eye concealer. Sometimes I layer the peach corrector underneath the eye and then do foundation and then use my brightening under eye concealer. But sometimes if I mix them just a little bit, I can kind of get the same effect without doing too much like layering. Sometimes going too heavy-handed underneath the eyes just kind of ages them. I'm adding a little bit more of that concealer in certain areas that I want to brighten or just get a little bit more coverage. I'm taking my Laura Mercier setting powder and just setting underneath the eyes before they crease. And then I will press powder in the other areas that either crease or break down throughout the day. I will take my powder brush and use whatever's left in the cap to set the rest of the face. I'm taking my Real Techniques setting brush and this Colourpop single shadow in Hear Me Out. It's kind of just the perfect shade to like set the eyes and create a really soft base for the eyeshadows to blend onto. I'm not doing eyeshadow yet. I need to finish the face. I just wanted to set that concealer. For blush, I'm going to use the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12 Hour Blush in Party. I feel like this just looks like a really natural color and it does last a long time, although the Wet n Wild Rose Champagne is my favorite. It does have a little bit of shimmer. This is matte, and I'm not going to be using highlighter today either. I think I'm just going to get whatever glow I want from my setting spray instead of incorporating a bunch of shimmery products because I don't want to enhance any texture in my skin and I am having a weird skin time right now. I like to dab over my blush, especially a pigmented blush like this. I like to dab over it and it just makes it look like skin. It doesn't look like I went overboard. It doesn't look fake. It just makes it look like skin. Using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and my very soft Wet n Wild fluffy brush. This is the most natural looking bronzer on me as well. Most of my other bronzers are like a little too warm, and now that I'm getting paler in the winter months, those bronzers are definitely looking quite fake on me. And I don't want to be too precise because I'm not really like a big contour person in general, so for family dinner I'm definitely going to tone that down and just kind of bronze to give myself a glow and bring life back into my face without looking like I'm trying to carve out my features. Now that I have the healthy glow that I wanted, I'm going to go do my brows off camera and I'll be right back. The brows are done and now I'm going to do the eyes. I just kind of want to define and shape them and just throw the Super Shock shadow all over the lid and not do too much else. Anybody else say that they're gonna go easy, take it easy, not go overboard, and then you end up like with a full face? I do that every time. For my transition shade, I'm going to use Colourpop Issues. I just kind of want a matte peachy shade. And I want that right above the crease. When I first bought these Morphe brushes, I bought this one and this one. I tried them for the first time on camera and I was not a fan. I felt like they were too scratchy, but I think I've used them like 4 or 5 times now, and for some reason they're not as scratchy. Like, I don't know if it was just the newness of the brush that made it so scratchy, but I'm really enjoying them. So now I'm going to use Coastal Scents shade in Oatmeal Tan. It's just another matte warm brown, but it's a little bit darker, so I will put that into the crease very lightly. And now I can apply the Super Shock shadow all over the lid, which is a process because I feel like it has tried to dry out a little bit. I'm going to blend that out with a little bit more of Oatmeal Tan by Coastal Scents, but I'm also adding in Kokomo Cafe. I feel like these are a really good mix to complement this. You might notice during the blending in the crease after applying a Super Shock shadow, I do go a little bit heavy-handed, but the Super Shock shadows are so creamy, they don't blend like normal shadows. So I kind of have to be rough. I love this shade though. It's a super shimmery bronze, so I've got the glitter that I wanted and the glow. To finish up the eyes, I'm going to use the Colourpop Issues and Coastal Scents Oatmeal Tan to add a little definition to the lower lash line and tie in the warmth from the crease shade into the lower lash line. I'm going to curl my eyelashes and apply my Essence Volume Stylist 18-hour lash extension mascara off camera, and I'll be right back. Instead of sculpting my face with contour and highlighting my face with a very shimmery highlighter that might kind of emphasize texture, I just gave myself 2 sprays of the MAC Fix Plus to give myself like the healthy skin glow without showing how much texture I have, especially in this region right here. But I did forget to highlight my inner corners, and while I do that, I do have false lashes glued. They're getting tacky right now. So once I add my inner corner highlight, I am going to put false lashes on. I really don't want to put on black liner, but I feel like it needs it. But I'm trying to not get too dramatic with the eyes. Maybe we'll see after we apply lashes. I will try to do this on camera. While the glue is drying, I'm going to do my lips, and I really want to keep them nice and natural, especially since there is a lot going on in the eyes. I wanted the focus to be on the eyes because that's where the shimmer is, so that's what makes it, you know, kind of like holiday festive. But I'm gonna go really simple on the eye, or on the lips, with the NYX lip liner in Mauve. I mentioned the Wet n Wild lipstick formula in my video last week, my Friday 5 video. This is just a very neutral shade and a nice long lasting formula that I can like dab off before dinner. Well, we're going for it. I'm applying liner because I can't help it. Just want a little, that's better. Yep. Just want a little bit. So that is it for my holiday dinner look. I like going festive with the eyes and kind of neutral and subtle everywhere else. I intended on going a little more subtle than I did, but it's fine. It's fine. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And enjoy your holiday time with your family. I love you all. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.